Hello, everyone. Say anything to anybody?
Hello.
There's so much unpredictability now, Dan. I don't know what to. I mean, anything is possible now. I mean,
Yeah.
look at that Jack was out speaking again yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, he tanked the market yesterday. What, 600 points? Because he wants to become the next Paul Volcker.
Yeah, but did you listen to what he was saying yesterday? This is what I said. He basically, these criminals, they're doubling down. They want everybody in the dollar, and that's what they're saying. They want everybody in the dollar.
It's a good point.
And
it's a very good point.
They've had a very good 6 months, the Federal Reserve, because they have the high inflation that they want, despite what they say. They've crushed crypto. They've crushed precious metals. They're crushing. They're about to crush real estate. So they're going to be able to go in and buy everything at pennies on the dollar.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, it's by design. It's a wealth transfer. It's a joke, and most people have no clue what's going on.
So think about it. They're buying everything. They can print the dollars. So they're going to buy Bitcoin at $10,000. They're going to buy gold at $1,500. They're going to
absolutely.
They're going to buy the property from the banks on foreclosure.
Oh, big time.
When everybody starts not being able to pay these mortgages.
Right. Blackrock is licking their chops. So.
Yeah, because if you don't have a job, how are you going to pay your mortgage? Oops. Because your 401k or your investments in the market are about to get crushed.
No, it's constant whack-a-mole. It's constant, and it's criminal, and nobody seems to notice. And the American people are watching college football on Saturdays, so they don't have time to notice. We're complicit, like you say, because these are the leaders we've elected, and we let them run amok. Whose fault is that? I mean, is it Chile's fault? Is it Honduras? Or is it the Mexicans' fault, the Germans' fault that we got leaders that are, running effing totally amok?
And well, it's impacting them too, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Of course it is, at least at the moment, since we're the world leader.
Well, it's like what I wrote in my book. I mean, the United States can print $100 bill, right? Ding, ding. If you're a German or you're Chinese or Russian, you actually have to produce something of value to get that $100. You actually have to do work, right?
Yeah, you got to produce a product or a service or whatnot. Yeah.
Here's my new visa.
Oh wow, nice.
Visa Permanente. So I only have to do this process once when I get down there.
Fantastic.
Instead of having to do it every year.
It's awesome. Congratulations.
Well, we'll see if it's awesome.
Well, it's awesome in terms.
It's an option.
That's what I was going to say. It's option in term. It's awesome in terms of, it's giving you a good viable option, right? That's all. So from that perspective, right?
Well,
I don't think
my concern is it's not
go wrong.
My concern is it's not self enough. That's my concern.
It's not what enough?
Self.
Oh, got it. Well, it is just over the border, as they say.
Pros and cons.
Like everything.
Yeah. Well, down where Tilo is, that's pretty far away from everything. So, I can always run there.
There you go. I'm just astounded, constantly astounded by what's going on. And I guess we're getting ready for the Great Reset. That's it. I mean, it's coming. And they're going to, the central digital coins and stuff are going to come. They want eliminate the cash and coins as fast as possible. That's part of it, right? Because once they do that, everything will be electronic. Everything will be on the blockchain. And that's it. And the other scary thing is, yeah, no, there is something else. The IRS, you heard by now, is hiring 87,000 new agents. Okay. That's an army. That's scary. Okay. So, I mean, what's the game plan with that, right? They're going to shuck everybody down like nobody's business, right? So now the poor slob that's making, 37 G's a year, 24 G's a year, 53 G's a year, they can't even pay their bills. They're going to shuck them down and everybody else, right? It's atrocious. Really? I mean, most Americans are not getting by as it is. Now they got to deal with an audit now, right? Like they don't have enough stress and pressure. They got to worry about this stuff. Just trying to pay the bills.
Yeah, and on Greg's channel, somebody posted a tweet from the IRS, and it said that their policy, their handbook says they are set up to start taxing people within 30 days after a nuclear war.
That's insane.
And
That's insane.
they say their goal is not to go after past taxes due, but to go after the current taxes.
So let's say we have a nuclear war, World War III, and they're gonna be back online, good for them, within 30 days. Do you think the average person's gonna be worried about their taxes at that point? Like if they're even still alive, or if they are still alive, like dealing with radiation and everything else? Really?
Well, and the other thing is, I mean,
they're going to be worried about the most basics at that point, like potable water and do I have an egg or waffle to eat without getting killed by some crowd?
Listen, John Hancock, okay, they sent out a letter to me saying that I owed them like $5,000 because 2 years ago, and I've been collecting money illegitimately, and they're going to report me to the IRS. And I tried calling this woman and she wouldn't return my calls.
Oh my goodness.
And I finally had to go to her supervisor and say, what's wrong with your all these big companies are the same thing. And it's going to be like the IRS. They're these machines where the wheels are turning, and good luck if you get mashed up, because they don't care if they're right or wrong. They don't give a just do what they say and shut up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. And what's your recourse? I mean, you're going to take on a company like that now?
Well, my recourse with them is a lot better than if it's the IRS.
No, I get it. But even with a company like that, I mean, what are you going to do? Go after them? I'm going to go get a lawyer. Okay, that's great. That's $300 or $500 an hour. Good luck with that.
Yeah. Well, no, I went up the ladder and I wrote them a letter and I provided proof. And then they're like, the woman never called, but she wrote back saying she never apologized. Is oil going to get crushed, right? Is oil going to get crushed? I mean, that Petrobras, it has a $7 dividend in.
That's insane. When you told me that, I couldn't believe it. That's like a 50% dividend, isn't it?
Yeah, and I was selling puts on that, and I never got exercised on them. And I'm like, of course, the one time where it would have been beneficial for me to get exercised and get a $7 dividend, I don't. Instead, I get exercised on AG. And
don't get me going. You know what? Look at the markets for anybody listening in. It's a disgrace. I mean, our markets are so rigged. It's not even funny. When you factor in the high frequency trading with the algorithms and the size of the lots that they move all at once, is it any surprise that you see prices doing this in minutes now? You see a stock price move 10%, 20% in one shot. I've seen last month, HKD or whatever, that Hong Kong meme stock, I watched it for 2 or 3 days. And it literally was going parabolic straight up in the air for minutes and sometimes hours at a time. Then it would go parabolic down within 2 minutes. It would go from $50 to $150, 20 minutes. I mean, I could have made thousands and thousands if I had the balls to dump in 5 or 10 G's at the right time.
Yeah, but that's
And
gambling. That's gambling.
I understand that. That's where I was going with it. And that's why I was describing the movements as such. I mean, it was so obvious. The way
Well,
it was.
at this point, I'd take lucky versus good at this point.
Yeah. Well, look there was obviously people making a killing on that. Okay. The ones that, the insiders or whoever, when the prices are moving that way, somebody's making a killing. Okay. Because they know what's going on in timing wise, but the average retailer, all you can do is guess at that point, pure freaking guesses. And I suppose if you participate enough, you could be right once or twice, but
Well, no, that's where, for example, like housing, how interest rates are going to be going up. Housing, we know.
they already have. Yeah. They're
Right,
at 6%, right?
But what I'm saying is housing is about to take another beating. So positioning yourself against these builders might not be a bad play. But, you better go out at least 3-4 months. So it's going to be an expensive option to buy.
Yeah.
And you got to look at the risk reward on it. So, and how long is this going to happen? I mean, is Powell talking out and he's going to pivot next month?
I think sooner or later he's got to take the foot off the gas. I mean, look, if he wants to to fix this, right? This is nowhere nearly fixed with mortgage rates at 6%, right? If he truly wants to fix this and pull a Paul Volcker, right? That 6% has to go to 12 or 15% like it did in the.